Good evening, brothers and Om. This video is about why masturbation is harmful and why the promotion of masturbation is Jewish and feminist propaganda. Masturbation produces ejaculation in the man, and one ejaculation can create a whole new human life. So masturbation in a man is far, far different from masturbation in a woman. And this is why men who grow up in single-parent families, grow up with their mothers, never learn the lesson to not masturbate in order to maintain their health and their happiness, because women do not understand the procreative contribution that men make. And many feminists are quite conceited and think that they make babies all by themselves, or, you know, I'm really awesome, I can make a baby. As if in contrast to a man cannot make a baby. It's idiotic, but I see it everywhere. I wouldn't mention it if I didn't see it everywhere. And so what is our contribution? It is at least equal to that of the female. So it depends on whether your worldview is more materialist or more spiritual, because a lot of what is in the creative fluid of a man is spiritual, energetic stuff, and what it's doing is providing the force, the intent, the code, the stuff, you know, and that's the essence of life. That's the essence of this stuff. So in Chinese, we call sperm, we call it jing, and jing is the essence of all energy in human society. And so human energy is called Jing Li. It's also called Jing Qi. Everything is based on this idea of Jing. And so, you know, why is it a woman has a baby and she has such a hard time doing that? She bleeds, she complains, it hurts a lot, oh, I'm putting out so much effort. But then they turn around and say men do nothing. And that's not true, gentlemen. And it's like smoking or any other bad habit. If you are doing this now, if you have had a death spasm in the last few days, you will have your rational capacity covered by this addictive experience. This addictive experience is equal to a heroin rush. And this has been documented by Holstege, the scientist Holstege, who did brain scans on orgasming people versus people shooting heroin, and he shows that the graphs, the charts of dopamine, prolactin, and something else are equal. It's the same thing. It says he had to number the charts, otherwise he would mix them up. They look exactly the same. So your consciousness becomes covered by this addictive rush, this addictive high, and you ignore all of the problems you're having in your body, problems you're having in your spiritual life, your luck, your money, bank account, your health, your everything. You just cover up all the problems, and you say it's all okay because this devil, this monkey on your back, is telling you to do it again, and he wants you to make a rationale for it and to keep doing it. So on the face of it, over history, for I would say 5,000–6,000 years of human history, we have considered what I'm telling you now to be common sense. The word masturbation means self-abuse. Self-abuse is not a Victorian or a new word, but merely a translation into modern English of these word roots, master and bat. Bat is to hit. Master is self-hitting. It means self-abuse. Jerking off means to waste time. That's in English, folks. Stop jerking off and get to work. Oh, he's dicking around the house. He's doing nothing. You see, the ancients all the way up to now, it's just common sense that you don't do this. You go to the locker room among boys that are growing. It's common sense that masturbation is bad. The jock with the strong body and who scores the highest points makes fun of the skinny kids, and he calls them wankers in England. And he says, oh, you jerk off, you masturbate, and they make fun of skinny, small kids who don't succeed at sports to be kids that are wankers. In my school, they would call kids rosy palms. They had all kinds of nicknames for these weak kids. And it's common sense. It's such common sense. Nobody taught these teenagers that masturbation is wrong, and that if you don't masturbate, you'll have a stronger body, all this other stuff. The ones with the stronger body, they just know it. The ones with the weaker body are stuck in this cycle of addiction where they're wanking and losing their most precious creative fluid in the body. One shot of sperm is worth more than all the blood in your body. I know in the Vedas they say it's worth 8 cups of blood, and Western doctors have said it's worth 4 cups of blood. They're trying to calculate it, but you can't compare blood. You can't create life out of blood. If I spill blood on the ground, if I put my blood into a woman, if I put my blood somewhere, it doesn't create human life. But your sperm does. And wasting your sperm is ridiculous. How would you feel about a farmer who took a big bag of seeds, and heirloom seeds, and just started dumping them in a toilet, and he was just flushing them down the toilet? We would call that man insane. But these are seeds for plants. They're not even seeds for humans. And why aren't the people who waste their seeds also called insane? Why is it that 100% of these serial killers are circumcised? Circumcision increases perversion. This is from a JAMA study. Increases perversion 30-40%. Perversion is defined as, yes, masturbation and going down on a woman in this study. And the cut men do it more. And this increases. And then all these serial killers, you read serial killer bios. I had a hobby of reading these things for a while. And all of them were compulsive masturbators. I watched the movie about Ted Bundy. Was standing outside women's windows, jerking off. Jack the Ripper. Aaron Kosminski. Masturbating in public, and everybody just like you. What are you doing? If it were a good thing, why isn't masturbating in public considered to be a good thing? Why are all the swear words related to sex and bodily functions? Why do I say F you, which means go masturbate? Why is F you an insult? If you think that masturbation is a good thing, then I'm going to start telling you to F yourself, and I'm going to say that to compliment you. You might get what you're asking for, right? Don't lose your brain. Don't lose your... How about that? How about that this materially, the creative fluid is made of phosphorus? That's just the material side of it, but this is the same material that makes up our nerves and our brain. So read the book. It's a Hare Krishna book. It's called Brain Gain. It details all of the ancient up to modern science, which shows us how quitting the masturbation habit will increase your intelligence, increase your health, and everything else. And I believe it because I've been celibate for almost 7 years now, and so has every male that is in the also all of our friends in the KBH. The Knights are also celibate, quitting masturbating, or have already quit for quite a time. And we promote this idea. You're not going to hear this in popular media because this common sense does not make any money. Quitting masturbating and having a better life and being stronger, being more intelligent, doesn't make anyone any money except for you. So nobody has any profit interest, any interest at all in telling you this obvious truth. Don't go having babies every day, every 2 days, every 3 days. And if you think, well, one of those shots can't make a baby, you can't make a baby like that. You can't make a baby just one time. Julian Lee's children, 4 children, each one produced from one try. Cousin Shamrock, 2 children from 2 times having sex. Yes, men, one of those shots creates a human life. Now, especially if you don't masturbate, your power goes up a lot. So please go to thekbh.org and read the link on the right-hand side called Sperm Test. Now, this was offered to us by a friend and somebody who was interested in quitting masturbation. He quit masturbation for 3 months, and then he went and he masturbated in a hospital. Now, we wouldn't do that. So the person who created the data that you see on the sperm test page is not created by a KBH member, but it is useful scientifically. Read it. The man, after 3 months of abstinence, had 8 times the amount of normal sperm. His sperm quality was 67% good sperm when the average is 50%. There are several factors listed on that page, and I've translated the whole thing from Chinese into English. The people giving him the test didn't believe that he was continent for 3 months, and they instead wrote down on the paper 3 days. He said 3 months, 3 months, he said 3 times, and they didn't believe him and they wrote 3 days. But he did it for 3 months. My neighbors, they used to live upstairs. They thought they were infertile, and they were very sad that they couldn't have a baby. I told the husbands, abstinence is a good idea. Try being completely abstinent for 3 or 4 months. And instead of his wife having to go through more surgeries, injections, and this and that, things that they sell in China, it's a scam to get a lot of money, and they're trying to scam, upset couples for all their money, giving them the hope that they'll have children. But actually, just this one try with abstinence, they came to me, they said they tried it because I told them to try it. And he said he was abstinent for 3 or 4 months. He slept with his wife, and boom, now they have a baby from that, and they have a second baby as well. They have a daughter and a son, and I dare say that this man has courage because there is a one-child policy in the cities and the city centers in China, and he's been getting calls saying you're not allowed to have 2 children, and he told the communist government and the agencies wanting to fine him or get this or that from him, he told them to go F off, to go F themselves, right? See, it's just like the locker room. The ones who don't succeed, they're effing themselves, they're masturbating. The ones who succeed are not. No, that's my spiel. I'm not going to go on longer. I know if you're pro-masturbation, you're not going to listen any longer, so that's about the gist of what we're talking about here. Amen and Om.